What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on the Falappi YouTube channel. And today, checking out an abandoned iron furnace. Let's get into it, guys. Like I said, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. We do cool abandoned things like this all the time, as well as tools, cars, small engines, just about anything you could think of. Anything I get myself into. I like to film videos on it, stuff that I would be doing anyway. And today, we're going to be checking out the Henry Clay Iron Furnace here in the Cooper's Rock State Park, just outside of Morgantown, West Virginia. Everybody comes here to see the overlook with the rocks and the views of the river and all that stuff. But I'd never heard of this iron furnace, and we'll get into that a little bit in a few minutes. But anyway, let's go over, show you the signage and some of the stuff up here at the top, where currently in this parking lot you could drive up to this, and then it's about a mile's walk down to the furnace. So let's go ahead, get you in there and show you some of what's going on up top. Then we'll start walking down. Right up here at the top, here's a sign that says Henry Clay Iron Furnace, 1 mile. Apparently there's no trash can down there anymore, so if you want to eat your Snickers bar, bring the wrapper back here. Anyway, similarly to how we have in Pennsylvania, they have this, nice plaque here. You can pause the video, read that. And I know for a fact there's some more down there. We'll get into that in a minute. But here's a little bit of history for you right here. Built all the way back between 1834 and 1836. So it's been a long time, and it's been out of commission for a long time because, it stopped operating in 1847, and we'll reiterate more about that. You could read about it down there. You might be wondering how I know that, all this information, and it's because I filmed this video once before. I took a trip down here to Cooper's Rock just to see the rock, and I forgot to bring my camera, so I filmed it with my phone, and my phone does not take good video, so came all the way back just for you guys to film this again. Here's a map for you. We're right here, and I don't know, furnace is down here somewhere, I think. So anyway, onward down the trail, and just so you can see, there's a map of the greater park itself, and you can see some of the other stuff going on. But anyway, let's get into it, guys. Well, for those of you that haven't been watching this channel all that long, or maybe this video brought it to you, or maybe some of the other abandoned in plain sight videos we've done brought you to us. I lived in Morgantown for the better parts, or on and off for the better part of 2 years, because I went to college at West Virginia University. Didn't graduate, dropped out, but yeah, I never knew that this furnace was here. I had been to Cooper's Rock Park twice, and basically both times I came with my ex-girlfriend, and we took pictures at the overlooks, and then we left, and that was it. So I really didn't understand quite all the things that this park had to offer. So when I came here to look at the overlook, I don't know, maybe it was less than a month ago. It was only a couple weeks ago now. Yeah, I saw the sign for this, and I was like, that's cool, iron furnace. So anyway, I decided to stop, and it really is a pretty cool thing. I really wish I would have came to this park more when I was here. Drop in the comments if you maybe you're also a alumni of WVU. I don't know if I could really call myself an alumni because I didn't graduate, but also, if you're watching this and somehow we met at WVU, Yeah, hey, I used to be a chef in the dining hall, so you might have seen that long before I was a, mechanic. I, made a little bit of extra side money cooking burgers in volume. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out here, and we'll bring you back in whenever I find some interesting stuff to show you. So, this park is called Cooper's Rock State Park, and this, I don't believe here, is Cooper's Rock, but anyway, there are rock formations everywhere in this park. I mean, up here and over here, I mean, just everywhere that you could think of. There's rocks in the ground, there's rocks over every hill, so I'm sure there's some history to that, geographically, and through the principles of geology and stuff. But yeah, if you study rocks for a living, you might enjoy coming here. I don't know anything about it. I look at that and it's like, oh, it's a rock, but someone might be able to tell me from looking at it what it is, and from the erosion patterns how long it's been. So if you know anything about that kind of stuff, leave a comment. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff to be found here at this park. But I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of people that have done videos on the overlooks and stuff, but I've never seen anything about this furnace. So when I came here for the first time to see it, it was pretty surprising. So not too much farther down there. I will say it's not too hard of a walk down to it. Just watch your step, because there's a lot of rocks. But coming back up, it's a little bit, might have to stop a time or two to breathe, but other than that, it's not too bad, guys. Being the kind of person that I am, I have to wonder the way that these stones are arranged in the ground, leading down here in a perfect little strip, about even. Makes me wonder, was this naturally placed here like this, or is this some kind of rudimentary cobblestone road that dates back to the days of the furnace? I don't know, but I mean, it's interesting. I mean, that pattern to me looks kind of hard to naturally just happen. But let me know in the comments again if you know anything about ancient, well, not ancient, but historic road construction or geology or something. Would that have been natural, or is that some kind of cobblestone vintage path? Pretty cool either way. Well, guys, we made it down here to the Henry Clay iron furnace, and even though I really can't give you my full first impression, because, well, I've been here before, I will say that it's it's pretty amazing that this is still here, considering it was built back in like the 1830s, and it was closed all the way to the 1840s. That's just a testament to the craftsmen that built this thing. I mean, you got to think about it. Today, what do we build things out of? Yeah, sometimes brick, and sometimes things like that. Brick and cinder block. Steel, wood, and yeah, I mean, when it's taken care of, it'll last. However, steel rusts, wood, you can get termites that can burn down. It becomes, rotted out, stuff like that. This here, the way they build it, more or less the only way that, you can get rid of something like that is through the process of erosion. As you could see, that started to happen. But even still, it's just so large in the way they build it, that'll take, and it's already been, hundreds of years, and I mean, it's still here. Anyway, let's go ahead, look at the history plaques over here, and then do some more up close looks, and I can give you some more thoughts that I have. Basically, you can pause and read this for yourself if you want, but this is more or less replacing our history and information and facts and stuff that I usually go online, pull an article, and we relook at it together. Why should I do that? Because they already did it for me. Someone probably, someone doing a class at WVU probably invented this. Anyway, like I said, you can pause and read it, but, it was built sometime in the 1830s, sometime between, 34 and 36, and it ran till 1847. And, it operated 24/7 and made about 4 tons of iron every day. And that's pretty cool. You got to think about the amount that, the amount of, you look at 4 tons and you multiply that by, 365 and, add in the fact that, all that stuff. Anyway, it's pretty cool. This wasn't here very long, but, obviously this picture isn't of this, this furnace, but they said that somewhere around here there would have been a community, which I guess. But like I said, if they were building wooden houses back in the 1830s, there's no way you're going to find any remnants of that. And if you look at the rest of the mill itself, the rest of the furnace, it was made of wood. And, where's that at? It's all gone. It probably would have been up on this hillside up here somewhere. But all that remains is the physical furnace itself. Excuse me. Coming over here, you can see, I guess this is a piece of some kind of implement that would have been part of the furnace. But hey, it's still here. And then we can pause and read this. It's more of the same, but anyway, I'm assuming that this here is some of the iron ore that would have came up out of here, which that's pretty cool. It's crazy that, no one has come in here and tried to take any of this, so I guess, the community that's into this kind of stuff isn't a bunch of thieves, but, it's pretty cool. But yeah, such a very short lifespan for something so big, and, the iron industry, and, anyway. Reading it does give you a little bit of information here. I was wondering, and I guess I didn't read it very good last time, how did they get the stuff, in here that was done, anyway. Yeah, they had wooden trams of some kind, and then, they got the iron out, and I guess they floated it down somehow to the river. But, yeah. Iron production. Now we're going to do something cool. We're going to go inside the iron furnace. As I learned last time that you could do that. It's pretty wild. Big inside of here, and you can see the way from the inside that they got all this stuff, sandwiched up in here in a cone shape. Which is pretty cool. Stuff like this really interests me, You can get up close personal and look at it, Museums are cool, but it's regulated and, some stuff, but I like these things you can come and see and visit and look at the inside and see what's going on. And it's pretty crazy, guys, let me tell you. I didn't even know if I was going to film a video of this the first time I came. And it was so good that when I lost the video footage, I came back to film it again. But It's kind of hot in here, so let's get back outside real quick. So at the end of the day, what do I think about the Henry Clay iron furnace? Well, it's pretty cool. I definitely think it's worth coming and checking out. You know, there's a lot of things worth coming and checking out here at the good old Cooper's Rock State Park. This is just something I never heard of, but, you know, I'm into this kind of thing, this industry, you know, whether it's still happening or whether it's industry that's just, you know, faded out. And I like looking at, you know, remnants of that stuff, you know, what people did for a living. This furnace, you know, housed a community of guys that would come down here and work for whatever the wage was at the time. And, you know, they'd feed their families and, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. And I guess whenever the furnace would have died out, they would have picked up and left. Similar to like how, you know, you got these guys now that move the country, you know, working for fracking or oil fields and stuff, you know. So, you know, it's pretty cool, you know, type of thing that, you know, this was here so long ago and you can still come here and see it. And that's the kind of stuff I like to do on my Abandoned in Plain Sight series. You know, there's two different kinds of things. You know, obviously we have stuff, you know, like the abandoned PA Turnpike or the I-144 Jug Bridge. You know, that stuff, it's not real well regulated, but, you know, you can come and see it and it's here. Versus, you know, you go and look at the stuff like, you know, we were doing at Mingo Park. You know, there's a lot of history on like the Jug Bridge and the Turnpike, and it's all out there, you can look at it. Versus, you know, the stuff at Mingo that we were doing where there's a lot of history, but you got to go and find it yourself. This here, it's kind of both. It's well taken care of, and, you know, you can come right here and there's history right here. You don't even have to look it up. It's right here and you can look at it. So that's pretty cool. And that's the kind of stuff I want to look at, you know, on this series. Stuff that's not like, oh, you know, we entered an abandoned power plant and got chased out by the police or something like that. No. This stuff's here. I've never heard about it. And I'm thinking that a lot of you watching this video, especially if you're not in, you know, the PA, West Virginia, Ohio area, you know, you probably never heard of this. So definitely think it's worth a hike the 1 mile down here to see it. And there's a lot of cool stuff to see. So, you know, I think it's worth it. Just going to give you guys one last look here from, you know, as many sides as we can, looking at the Henry Clay iron furnace, which is pretty cool. You know, I love the construction of this, you know, and it makes you wonder, you know, how would this have been built? Like, how would they have built this back in the year, you know, 1834? You know, they didn't have all the same construction, you know, that we have today. So if you're watching this and you're a construction history guy, what kind of methods would they have used to, you know, stack the block like this? You know, was there, you know, I like old equipment, but I'm just not sure, you know, did they have some rudimentary form of, you know, steam shovels back then? Or like, you know, with like a side boom, or, you know, would they have been, you know, would men have been legitimately breaking their back stacking this stuff up there? You know, I don't know. You tell me. Maybe I could look it up and see if there's anything out there, but how would this have been built? Because I'm just as interested as you guys would have been. But, you know, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyway, gonna hike back up to the truck, give you guys a few last thoughts, and then we'll close this one out. But definitely, if you're in the West Virginia, you know, Morgantown area, and you're looking for something to do, come on over here to the Henry Clay Iron Furnace. There's a lot of great trails in Cooper's Rock State Park, so if you're wanting to hike more than a mile, plan a nice hiking trip and come on out. See this, and it'll teach you all that cool stuff about what's going on. Figured while I walk back to the truck, I can give you a little insight on why I do what I'm doing. You know, as of the filming of this video, I do this, you know, I film videos, I bring you guys along on stuff I was going to do anyway, and stuff that I think's interesting, stuff I think you might enjoy. You know, I'm not monetized, I don't have any sponsors. You know, if you want to sponsor me, go ahead, as long as I agree with your product, or someday maybe we'll have enough viewers to get monetized. But really just come out here and film stuff that I think you guys might enjoy. It would be cool to go full-time either into doing the exploration stuff, or to maybe go full-time doing projects and working on equipment or cars or trucks or engines or whatever. Unfortunately, because we're not sponsored or monetized, I gotta work a day job, and doing that, I don't really have time to full commit to driving to states hours away to look at cool stuff, and I don't really have the money or the the land or whatever to commit to doing too big of projects. So I bring you along on what I can show you, some smaller projects that I do, or some of these smaller voyages that I make, and just stuff that I think you might find interesting. I mean, this isn't all I do in my life. If I could show you more of the stuff I do at work, I really would. But I enjoy making these videos. That's why, if I can't make one week, we got to skip a week, it's okay, because I'm not getting paid. But someday in the future, it would be cool to have, a 1 million subscriber channel, and, sell merch and go to crazy events and stuff, but all in its own time. As of right now, I enjoy coming out to places like the Henry Clay Furnace and the other cool places we look at. And yeah, wherever it goes from there, it goes from there. So, I just want to thank the 388 as of today subscribers that follow my videos. And yeah, other than that, if you're watching this, you're not subscribed because YouTube Studio says that 95% of the viewers aren't subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and you always know when I'm doing something cool. Also, if you're watching this video coming in from a video where I work on something or talk about tools, thanks for giving this video a chance. And if you're watching this purely coming from my content about abandoned stuff, maybe you'd be interested in some of the other stuff I have to offer. Personally, I'm a mechanic. I work on cool stuff sometimes, and I collect tools, and I own some cool vehicles. And yeah, I also enjoy being in the outdoors and looking at abandoned stuff, and going to places and doing things. So I figured that the vast majority of guys that work on stuff for a living might also be interested in the things I'm interested in. The same thing that I feel like a lot of people who are interested in abandoned stuff might be interested in cool technology and stuff like that. So I appreciate everyone that watches the videos, whether you're subscribed or whether you just popped up because you want to find information about something. I can't say I don't do the same thing, go and watch a video once on a channel and then never go back, which, quite frankly, I should also be supporting small channels since I'm out here trying to get support for mine, but it is what it is. But anyway, catch up with you guys in a little bit, walk this final little bit of this trail, and we'll wrap this one up, guys. Well, guys, that'll just about do it for us here on this episode of the Bike Falappi YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the Henry Clay Iron Furnace here in Cooper's Rock State Park. Come out and visit it. If you live anywhere near me in Pennsylvania, it's not that far, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how you drive, what way you go. And if you're in the Morgantown area, it's right there. Go and see it. And if you're ever in the area, it's obviously no-brainer. 1 mile down. A lot of cool stuff. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep getting cool videos like this out to you guys, and the best way for me to do that is to know that you want to watch it. So go ahead and like the video, comment on the video, And definitely subscribe to the channel, especially if you're into exploring or small engines, cars, tools, industry, or anything else, basically. It's all some cool stuff that you can see. And when you like videos and comment on videos and subscribe to the channel, when those numbers go up, I know that there's an audience out there who wants to see this stuff. And, even though, like I said, not getting paid, so it doesn't really matter. It's like, it's nice to know that I'm not just doing it all for nothing, and that there's someone out there who learns something or gets some cool information from watching videos like this. So, like I said, it's all free. Go ahead and take advantage of having this useful information and watch these videos. And, I hope everyone out there enjoys what I'm doing, bringing you along, seeing what I got going on. So like I said, thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time here on the Mike Falappi YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. Here's a little bit of extra footage for those of you that are still here watching this video. I know a lot of people probably clicked off the video as soon as we got done at the furnace, but I thought I'd bring the rest of you out here to look at this, a special treat for those of you that watch till the end. This is the main overlook at Cooper's Rock, and it's pretty cool out here. I mean, you could look at how just expansive this is, and it's crazy that Monday in the afternoon on a day when it's not raining, there's not a whole bunch of people out here. I guess a lot of the kids from college have already went home and everyone else is still at work, but I come out here 100 times and still like looking down there into the ravines below. But anyway, it's a nice view. If you want to hear more history and stories and stuff about this, there's hundreds of videos on it. So that's why I didn't make a whole feature-length video out here any of the times that I came out, but it's cool. You could look at the erosion patterns and all that stuff. So I thought that just because there was no way I was going to come out to the park and look at all this stuff, there wasn't any way I couldn't film this for you guys. Anyway, for those of you that stayed on out the whole time, thanks for watching this. Here's your little treat for you. Now for real, we'll see you next time here on the Mike Falappi YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.